Hi, I'm Jake from teachmepizza.com, and today we're going to show you how to make excellent pizza without having an expensive pizza oven or tools. So, today we're going to start with, first, our dough. I'm going to go ahead and stretch that out. There's your dough. We're going to use a homemade sauce, red sauce that is. You're going to use a whole milk, low moisture shredded mozzarella. This one is one I shredded by hand. I prefer to do that rather than buying it pre-shredded. I'm also going to be cutting this pizza with a smoked mozzarella. The reason why is because I'm cooking out of the conventional oven. I want to add a little more depth to the pizza. Normally, if I'm using an uni or a wood-fired oven, you get a smoky flavor to your cheese and your crust. So we're going to add this into this pizza right here. Now, since we already have the normal mozzarella, we're going to go ahead and just add little chunks of this onto there. We don't need a lot, just enough to add that flavor to it. Now, this is a little drier, and I believe it's because they smoked it, so it's going to take up some of that moisture. So you want to make it kind of small. There we go. A little bit more of that on there. All right, there's our pizza. We're going to take this right inside and put it in our conventional oven. All right, so here we are inside the house. We're at the oven. The oven is set for 500. It's been preheating for about 35 minutes. I'm gonna check the temp with my thermometer. So it's 446 degrees, 450. 450, we're gonna go ahead and go with that. I think most ovens go up to 500. We're gonna do the 450. Here we go. We're gonna transfer this onto the pizza stone in the oven. There it is. We'll let that cook. All right, here we are back. It's been about 8 minutes. We're gonna check this pizza out. I think it's about done. Look at that. That's in your normal conventional oven. This is a 16-inch pizza stone, 5/8 inches thick, 500 degrees in the oven. Been about 8 minutes, like I said. And there it is. That is the pizza. Put this on the counter here, let it cool. Okay, so here we go. We got the smoked mozzarella with the normal shredded mozzarella cut into it. I also have a pizza that I made out of the uni. You can see the difference. You're gonna get more charring on your typical uni or wood-fired oven, which is fine. It gives it a nice color, it looks pretty. But then you look at this guy right here. This was made out of the conventional oven on a 5/8 inch thick stone, 16 inches round. For far less than what it took to make this, you can make this in your home. So this stone that I have here particularly, I think it's $50 for the stone. And then, you know, simple tools like a pizza pan if you want to do that. You can put it on a plate or a cookie sheet too. I got a little cutting wheel here, really cheap. Also, I have an infrared thermometer to check the temperature of the stone, make sure that, even though the oven says 500 on there, doesn't mean the stone's 500. If you wait a long enough time, maybe an hour, it'll achieve that temperature on the stone too. But the air around it's 500, doesn't mean the stone is 500. So this was about 450. If you look at the bottom here, it's nice and golden color. It doesn't have to be 500 exact. The cool part about a pizza stone is you don't have to work it like you do with this one. You don't have to manage the temperature, you don't have to manage the wood, you don't have to spin it just right to make sure it's not burning. You just put it in the stone, 8 minutes later, 8 to 10 minutes, it's done. So we're gonna go ahead and give this pizza a try. I can smell the smoky cheese on this. It doesn't take a lot to give it that flavor. It does have more of like a darker, kind of like translucent color to it, kind of like a, I don't know, like a pale color to it right here. But it smells wonderful. We're gonna give it a shot. All right, we're back outside. We're gonna compare these two pizzas here. This one is the smoked mozzarella cut into the regular mozzarella. We'll give that a try first. Looks really good. This one is really good. I've actually never cut the smoked mozzarella into the pizza before, but this is something I'm gonna start doing. This tastes just like, kind of like a wood-fired. It's a different kind of smoke, so it's really good. It's mild, but it does give another layer to that pizza. If I did cook this in the oven out of a, you know, the conventional oven with a plain cheese, it would just taste kind of plain, like plain cheese. But with that, you get the nodes of the smoke into it. It's really good. One thing I will say, you are getting a crispier crust on this one. It's a slower bake, whereas this one's a lot softer. So the difference in your crust is this one's gonna be a little harder, this one's gonna be a little softer. The reason why it's so soft is it cooks so fast, that the inside just is really moist. This one cooks it slower, so it kind of dries it out a little bit. I really like this. So there that is. The myth of not being able to make a good pizza out of your conventional oven is a lie. You can do it with minimal cost too. You don't have to buy the uni, you don't have to buy the green egg or the wood-fired oven. You can do it just with a cheap pizza stone, an infrared thermometer, and of course, you know, the recipe to make pizza. So check me out on teachmepizza.com. Give me a thumbs up and share the video to somebody that loves making pizza. Well, thank you for it. Thank you.